Beautiful blessings to you, gift of creation. This is part 2 of We Are Multi-Dimensional Beings. I've been involved in many type of indigenous ceremonies, and so many loving and caring beings have been involved way beyond these 3D ways of thinking and believing. The culture saturates us every day with 3D boundaries and to keep us tethered down in the lower vibrations, to keep us here like the television and media and a lot of the music, which has been impacted by, the alphabet soup groups. Rev does not allow the Western media to impact my day with their lower vibrations of influence. My dad was a very perceptive man, and he shared many things with me about life, even as a young teen. He told me, please do not let the systems make you a marionette with their attached strings. This was in the 60s. In many ways today, I'm like an old hermit on the hill who falls in love with God and God's ever-expanding flowing ways through creation, through life. God is multidimensional, not just a 3D God. Think about that truth. I've had many visitations from the 4th and 5th dimension and beyond. Some people have seen these with me, and Takeen, our Australian shepherd, alerts me when we have visitors from elsewhere, and most of them that are here in just absolute pure love. With the cleansing I've done, through the cleansing with lands and homes and apartments and people's personal belongings, I've been with not so nice dark beings from higher dimensions also. Some of these dark ones do not fit into people's 3D belief systems. I've learned to saturate those dark ones in the pure love of God, letting this divine love flow through me like a beautiful channel from the higher ways. Yes, the divine higher ways of the more upon them. I closed this part 2 with this happening at a Lakota Lawampi ceremony several years ago. This ceremony was put together by Uncle Dave and many others as a healing ceremony for me. A medicine man and around 35 or so precious people were there to support me. There was a drum circle. This ceremony has to be in total darkness. So everyone was sitting on the floor with their backs against the wall. I was sitting in a chair by the medicine man, and I was facing east. During a song, the energies were being supercharged in the room. The Creator's love was expanding within me. I stood up to give thanks and appreciation to God. A divine oneness that was divine cuddliness, for sure. All of a sudden, I was taken through the ceiling of the room and through the roof and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles above the earth. I went from a 3D world to a much higher dimension. So these other dimensional perceptions and thoughts and ways allows us to see things from a much higher perspective. The earth did not look flat or round, but very mystical and alive in ways I've never seen before. Then the God of this amazing love spoke to me of how much love and compassion for those down below in the ceremony God had for each and every one of them. It was like seeing these precious souls from a higher dimension of such divine depth of love, from a divine seeing vision from a higher dimension. One by one, God went around the room of how God loved and honored each precious soul that was present. Even with their problems, life problems and challenges, what love. It was such a divine oneness of pure love being poured over Rev at that time. This higher love, no strings attached, and very life transforming for me. This love is not a 3D love, but something thousands of times more powerful than a 3D gathering of any kind. Seeing things from this divine perspective changes how to move and flow in this 3D world for Rev. which I've experienced so many times. Yes, there's so much more souls of the more. This is why Rev does not get too involved in the culture's ways. In March of 2020, I was nudged by the Holy One for the wife and I to stay home. Do not leave the hill except for groceries and parts for home repairs and family gatherings. God called this a Rev sabbatical. So in March of 2024, God said this sabbatical is over. In those 4 years to the week, I grew up in God in ways I could have never have been because of the drenching of the 3D institutions of low frequencies. I experienced the higher dimensions in such beautiful, wondrous ways that are hard to describe in 3D words. So God is multidimensional. We are connected to God, which can take us way beyond 3D. So when we read the Holy Book, let's say from this multi-dimensional ways, you receive powerful truths not found in the controlling ways of 3D. There's so much more to share, but I'm touched each and every day just knowing how sacred every breath is, how sacred every step is. My love and connections to God just keep expanding and taking me to new ways and new places. Please be looking for part 3. And we are amazing multi-dimensional beings. Thank you for stopping by, and beautiful and meaningful ways be yours. Until next time, gift of creation, you are one amazing being of the more. Take care.